What's up, y'all? Coach King Rod in the building. I hope all is well. So on this video, we're going to be talking about my life and my career so far as a male massage therapist. Okay, so let me make sure I finish pop my collar. All right, but so yes, this video is we're segueing into what my career has been as a male massage therapist so far. All right, so if you're thinking about becoming a massage therapist, okay, as a male or as a man, you want to make sure you know exactly what you're getting into, and that's what this video is for. All right, so as you see, I'm in my office right now. If this is your first video, I normally film a lot of videos from my office because I like the light and everything. It seems clear. You see me here, Elite Sports Massage. So this is the company that I created, and this is the practice that I decided to go into. When I was in school, I knew I automatically wanted to be a sports massage therapist, really because I have been in the health and fitness industry for a long time. So I know the body better than the average therapist coming out of school. Okay, I know my muscles, I know movements. If I don't know it, it's not hard for me to interpret it or understand it. If I need to understand it, I go do what I have to do in order to understand it. And I still, to this day, make sure I brush up on my biomechanics, kinesiology, anatomy, all that stuff. It's a job it's a forever learning job type of career. Okay, so male massage therapists, or the industry of massage therapy, is one of the few industries where there is a gender bias against males or men. Okay, so a lot of times, we throughout history, women have been predominantly the ones that have had to face gender bias and discrimination based on their gender, right? So typically, for an example, in construction, right? Construction is a men dominate that industry, right? So you typically don't see women in that industry, right? Also, even in schools, I worked in schools, right? Now that industry, the education industry, has a lot of women in it, but you really don't see issues where men are not able to get into that industry, or men have certain issues that they may face, okay? If they do the right thing, because we know there's sometimes situations where, we have these dudes who, these men that work in schools and stuff who, let's just say they're predators, they prey on the kids and things like that. So outside of that though, typically men don't have issues in that industry, okay? But most of the time, it's women who are going through some issues within their industries, right? Because most of the time, the supervisors may be men, right? Men and women can have the same credentials, but because a lot of times the bosses may feel like the men are more suited to do that job than the woman, they will shut the women out, okay? In the industry of the spa industry, you have the complete opposite, okay? And it's due to the perception of the male massage therapist, all right? When you have people who book a massage, typically women are the ones who mostly book to get massages. When women book, they may have husbands, they may have boyfriends, they may have spouses, whoever, okay? And a lot of times the men don't want their women to be touched by another man because of their perception of what a massage is, okay? Even though my practice doesn't do really relaxation massages, or we don't even go there at all, the perception of it, of another man touching their woman, doesn't sit right with them, okay? Also, a lot of women, for valid reasons, don't want another man touching them because it's almost like a stranger. Imagine you're going to someone and it's a stranger, right? And that stranger now you're asking them to touch you, right? A lot of women feel icky about that, and they, some of them don't feel safe with that. That's why in some places you even have like places where they have a button an emergency button under the table, just in case there's an emergency or an issue where the man is trying to do something to the woman. Women have to be very wary of that, right? They have to be cautious of that because these things unfortunately does happen. So when you combine these two, and then also men don't want other men touching them, because again, their perception of what massage is, it makes it very difficult for men in the industry to get ahead. It's not saying it's impossible. It's just saying that it's an obstacle that you have to figure out. So because of this, I and us, we have to work 3 times harder, okay? Now, there are some people who, and women, who will go to a man because they don't want another woman touching them. But it is not a big percentage of it. I would say 25 to 35% of the time, women have come to me when I worked in a spa because they don't want another woman touching them, or because they like deep pressure. And I'm a big guy, so they will send all the deep pressure people to me, okay? You also need to make sure that, in my opinion, if you decide to get into the industry, like I said earlier, you're gonna be working 3 times as hard, but you're also gonna have a lot of awkward moments, right? So you need to be able to absorb that and not let it really affect you too much. I'll give you a perfect example. During a couples massage, right? Well, before the couples massage, I mean, I got stories for couples massages for days, but before a couples massage, me and the person that was massaging with me at the time, we walk into the room, right? The girlfriend bought a massage package for the boyfriend, and they were told that it was going to be with a male massage therapist. That's what the front desk said, right? So we get into the room, the girlfriend asked, hey, can we switch therapists? Meaning they didn't want me to massage. The boyfriend didn't want me to touch him and massage him, okay? So I didn't hear that. But after my partner told me, oh, did you hear what she said? I was like, no, I didn't hear anything. But then they did say something about the way they booked and stuff like that. So long story short, I wind up massaging the boyfriend. Now the boyfriend didn't want me to touch him, but then he was like, okay, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. If I would have heard them though say that, I would have done the massage, okay? So for the next 50 minutes, it was the most awkward 50 minutes ever, okay? I've never had a more awkward moment than that. That stuck with it in the back of my mind, and I've had other moments, but that moment was like, yo, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being in the spa. I'm tired of having to worry about this type of thing that happens, okay? So again, I could have just said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And I've had a couple of those moments, right? I had to take a break and stuff. But in that moment though, I didn't say, oh, I don't want to massage anymore. I just said, I don't want to be put in this situation anymore, okay? So my suggestion is, if you get into the industry as a male or male massage therapist, understand that you're going to have certain biases and stigmas and thoughts about you without ever actually doing these things, right? You might be a good person, you might be a good therapist, but it's just the preconceived notion of what a male therapist is. Don't let it affect you. Keep going. But I will also say too, you could work in a spa and it could work for you, but make sure you diversify what you do, okay? So if you see my tools over here, right? I tell people, I don't have to touch you at all. I literally barely don't have to touch you at all. I do my bamboo massage, I have my scrapers there, I have my massage roller, I have my cups, I do stretching. I tell people, I don't have to touch you at all. If I want to do a session where I touch you over the sheets, and then after that, I can do your whole massage with just those tools there. I don't have to touch you. So I tell people like, yo, I'm not your average therapist, you know, and I knew that when I came out of school. I'm not your average therapist, okay? So make sure you don't put me in that boat. And so, you know, of course I gotta prove myself too. I can't just say that and then, you know, I massage like the average therapist, okay? Which is what they say is Swedish. Swedish is the average type of massage session, okay? So that's pretty much it. If you like this video, make sure you click that sub button. Also give me a like, leave your comments below, and I will be talking to y'all soon in another video. Have a good day.